Hello, welcome back to another edition of Junkyard Hack. And again, this video we find ourselves underneath the 60 Biscayne, looking at the transmission. In our last video, I showed you where the transmission was bound up, the torque converter was bound up with a flex plate, and that was a problem. So we have since solved that problem, and we did not have to take the transmission out. My good friend and fellow YouTuber, much more successful YouTuber, I should say, Resto Dan from Texas. If you get a chance, check out his YouTube channel. It's a lot more informative than I am and a lot more entertaining, and et cetera, et cetera. Resto Dan informed me that you did not have to take the transmission out. All you had to do was loosen the transmission bolts, all 6 bolts that hold it to the engine, the bell housing bolts. My brother-in-law actually went out there on his own, loosened the bolts up from the bell housing, and found that the torque converter spun. And I got under there, I spun it, and it fell into place. The last click, the oil pump, and it was in place. So now you see, spins free, no problem. And I got it lined up on one of those holes. We're going to get the bolts in there today. Also, what we're doing today is checking this transmission out, and what I've done is I dropped the pan and installed a new filter, and piece of cake, very easy. These Turbo 350 transmissions are super easy. 2 little machine screws, I guess you just hold this thing in place. The only thing simpler than that was the Crown Vic transmission. It's held in with just pressure. Just you push it in, you pull it out. Big, easy in, easy out. These are pretty easy in my opinion. Just 2 little screws hold them in place. There's a little seal there. Make sure you scrape the old seal off, remnants of the old seal off. Put the new seal on there, and it's got a little thing on there that says front and back, so it's idiot proof. So that's good for me. And there you go. So let's check this transmission pan out to see if there's any material in this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to you'll be switching right over to that there. It'll be pausing for me in a couple minutes. It'll be instantaneous for you. So one moment. Okay, there's the old screen, and it does not look like it's don't look like it's bad at all. It looks brand new, actually. There's a couple pieces on there, but that's most of that's junk from the underside of the car. Yeah, not bad, not bad at all. Here's the pan. Fluid doesn't look too bad, and yeah, we got some wear in there and some junk. And yeah, we got some material in there. So she got some wear on her, but she's a junkyard transmission, so it is what it is. I'm just gonna wash her out. I got a new gasket for her. Gonna put that new gasket on her and just go with it. Now, one thing about this transmission here is to change this transmission or drop this transmission pan, I had to remove the rear mount and jack the transmission up. That's because these little bolts, these 2 bolts right here, were behind the transmission mount. So that's just in my application. I had a Astrovan that was like that before, and it was a kind of a pain in the ass. I actually modified it. I notched it out so I could get to the transmission, so I didn't feel like messing with that. So, but anyway, that's some of the things you got to do, and it's what it is. So there we go. So we got our torque converter fixed. Changing out our transmission filter, and we're going to give the transmission top it off with 5 quarts or 4. We're going to try with 4 quarts of Dextron. I believe that is Dextron 2, and clean the bottom of this transmission pan out. And that's what we're going to do. So one moment, and we'll get that all done. Okay, and just with the magic of YouTube, we got a clean pan here. It's all nice and clean. I ran out of brake clean, so I had to use the next best thing. Water and an SOS pad. So yeah, I made sure I dried it all out first and all. So that's good. So anyway, let's get the gasket little bit of RTV and get that in place. Okay, gasket right here. Let's find some RTV somewhere. I think I have it over here in my junk pile. If not here, then on the workbench. Yeah, no RTV over here. Okay, hold on. Okay, we found our RTV. So what I do with these gaskets is I like to line them up, get them on there, lay them on there, line them up, and make sure the holes are right, make sure it's situated right, and then I'll put a dollop around here, and there. I'm not trying to seal, I'm just trying to hold the gasket in place. So while I put it up there, it'll hold, and I won't have to fight it too much. Usually just around every corner or so, I'll get some RTV. So, okay, excuse me while I'm moving the camera around. It's the phone. I got to work one-handed here. It's kind of hard. Okay. There we go. Make sure all the holes are open, able to be, okay, good. So we're done with that. So we're gonna let that sit a while, and whenever that situates enough, I'll get that cleaned up. What I want to do too is I want to go back to the underside of the transmission and make sure that other surface is clean and clear of any of the old gasket material. So just basic stuff. Everybody knows how to do that already. Anyway, kind of a boring video. Just wanted to go over or recap that frozen stuck torque converter situation. It was a bummer at first, but was an easy fix, and we're good to go with that. So anyway, thanks for following. Thanks for subscribing. Please, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Close to 500 subscribers now. I'd like to get to 500. I know it's not, a big number in YouTube land, but it is for me. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody who has subscribed. If you want to appreciate it, share it, anything else. Have a blessed day, and take care. Hack signing out.